relaxed, accepting to communicate with your hands. And then with that, you can bend the neck without any difficulty, never acting backward, just upward on the snaffle. This way you are acting on the corner of the lips, not on the tongue, so it's not painful for the horse at all, and it's each time encouraging him in opening the mouth. So he goes on tasting the bit, playing with it. With this pronounced bend, lateral flexions, the horse naturally tends to extend the neck. And according to the length of the reins you are giving, especially on the outside rein, the horse is more or less extending. It's natural, easy, nothing to force. You relax the horse and then you make him more flexible and then you stretch him. And as you know, for any sport trainer in any discipline, they all know that a warming up is absolutely necessary, and to warm up muscles the right way, it consists in stretching them. And to stretch a horse doesn't consist in overflexing him, because this is overstretching the top of the neck, but it's not stretching the back, overflexion. This is anatomy and biomechanics, it's very clear. So you make the horse long, it means that it depends a bit the horses, but let's say that the mane comes horizontal, the pole is is on the level of the withers, and the nose keeps in front of the vertical. And the horse is not leaning on the bit, and he keeps giving his mouth. If you do that, you are absolutely sure to do well. And this is clear. Why? Because I could use a very common and nice speech as your horse has to be supple and relaxed. Yes, thank you very much. I know that it's better than contracted and stiff, but how to do it? Then silence most of the time. And the students, they need to know what the teachers want and how to do it. And the horse needs the same. He needs to know. Yeah, very good. Naturally, a warming up has to be a very progressive program, because when you start, the horse is supposed to be cold muscles, cold joints. So you start stretching, this is flexibility, developing the flexibility. And then when the horse is extending his neck, you start in walk, maybe in halt sometimes, but you start in walk, and then you start in a quiet trot. And then progressively, when the horse starts to be warmed up enough, then you can go more. You can go more forward, and you can canter. Yes. His rhythm is good when knowing the horse who has not as a quite ordinary trot, even if he has many qualities beside that. This is a nice rhythm for him, but it's quite slow, and this is good. His natural tendency is to be a bit hurrying with short steps. And this precisely with the neck extension and the right activity, you can get a bit longer strides and then a slower rhythm. Good. So you will try to go a bit more forward progressively, paying attention to maintain this rhythm as much as possible. And in terms of rhythm, let's be clear as well. When horses don't have a natural rhythm, because they have a limited motion, it's not easy. So if the slower the rhythm is, the best it is, if the horse is active. Good. It's only with a slow rhythm the horse can develop long movements. So when you try to extend a bit the trot, either you succeed in maintaining the same rhythm, which was quite slow, and it's good. Or the rhythm is even slower than it stops, because it means the horse starts to do shtung, shtung, shtung. Huh? You can notice when the horses have a spectacular extended trot, they have a slow rhythm, because they need time to keep in the air for a long step. It's simple, it's physics. And in case the horse is speeding up the rhythm, stop everything, because the horse is quickening the frequency and is just keeping short. And the horse should be faster due to longer strides, not due to higher frequency of small strides. This is very important to understand, because it makes a big difference. And when the horse is quickening the rhythm, is contracting. So with difficult horses, you have to play with the best compromise between the position, the balance, the activity, relaxation, and everything. So it's a hard work. Yes? Good? Okay. Yeah, give him a little bit canter, like this, in a warming up situation. And when we started, and this, most of you remember, this horse was refusing to take the reins. He was not moving like that at all. He was just short, irregular, running for nothing. So this is good now. Good. Not lower. Why horizontal is enough? Because first of all, this is the position in which you make your horse long. You know, the distance is from the tail to the pole. If the pole is on the same horizontal line than the tail, the horse is long. When the neck, and it's putting the horse it's shifting the weight to the front. When the neck goes down more, the horse is even more to the shoulders, but is not longer. So what for? It's unuseful. And the other thing is that the long muscles running from the shoulder to the head, which are important in pulling the shoulder forward, start to be oriented to the ground instead of being a bit up and horizontal. And so the horse starts to, except if the horse is fantastic motion, but then the shake was fantastic number as well. The horses start to be short because they have too much weight on the front, and they don't have the best position of the balancing pole and lever to move their shoulders the best way. So too much is too much. A horse is not better because the head is lower. There is a limit to everything. So he's good like that. Yes. And when he's lower, he was trying on the other hand, you can feel that he starts to be a bit in difficulties. And his quietness and confidence is remarkable. This is the way it should be, always. Yeah, a little break. Good. Now, take your curb reins a bit more, especially outside, and really try to flex him a bit more. Now you progressively shorten your reins. Each time it's possible to get a better flexion in a higher position. Because this is what he needs to collect. The right leg a little bit backward, the left one at the gears. Yes, little vault. Then you sit left. Good. More control outside. Travers. Good. More control on the outside rein, lighter inside. He's a little bit tilting the pole. Good. Half vault and half pass. Yeah. Descend the main on the inner rein a lot and keep the control outside. Check that his both ears are on the same line. You can see that the right one is lower than the left one sometimes. Yes. Yes. Good. Okay. Extend the neck, turn across. Good. And when you will be again along this long side, you will repeat after the corner, shoulder in, the same pattern. Shoulder in, volte, travers, half volte, half pass. Okay, start shortening the reins. Higher position with little demi-arrêt on the snaffle, sitting more, slowing down, shortening the curb reins, flexing the pole. Yeah, even shorter. Higher, shorter reins, flex. Now it has to be clear that as high as possible, the horse is learning progressively to come higher and to flex more. Yes. And you will get more majesty in his walk. I mean, he will keep long steps, but he will give them slow, you know, with a lot of energy. Slow and energetic. Slow because energetic. This is a simple definition, but a good one about collection. It's slower because more energetic. Yes, volt. And it has nothing to do with being under pressure. It's in a better balance with more activity. Yes. Keep high and flexed, keep high and flexed. Don't let him go down progressively. He doesn't need any more. When he was a beginner, yes, and especially a beginner refusing to tighten the reins, half volt and half pass, it was necessary to study the main sideway movements with the long neck. But it's over now. A bit higher. Yes. Because you know, the day you will try half pass in passage, you will not do it with a low head. It's important to dream. Huh? No? It's important to dream. Yes. Makes life acceptable. A little break. So let's stop him. Yes. Same thing in trot. Allez, progressively come to the best position. Move him just a little bit. He is not with the right standing. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Allez, in trot. A bit collected trot. Yes. Shorten a bit your reins again. You try and flex a bit more. If you feel it's a bit too difficult, then you stop. Keep reasonable, but frequently try. Shoulder in. So sitting to the right, more weight to the right stirrup because the horse is moving to the right. Volt, you sit to the left. Good. And for travers, the same. You sit to the left. Lighter with the inner rein, more control outside. Descend de main inside. A bit more frequently. Yes. Half volt. Sit to the left. Half pass. Your left hand keeps too much to the horse. Huh? You are a bit stopping the shoulders like that. Too much stopping the shoulders, yes. Extend the neck, rising trot. Good. It's important to be able to immediately return to a neck extension after training a bit high and short, make the horse long. Because anyway, you cannot make short what is not long, and the other way around. So shorten the reins, collect, flex the pole a bit more. And shoulder in. Descente de main inside. Yes. Volt. Try in travers and half pass not to keep your inner hand to the neck. If the horse is falling a bit to the right shoulder, for instance, there, do little left opening rein instead of blocking your right hand along the neck. Yes, half volt, half pass. You understand? So, yeah, if you need, yes. If you need to slow down the shoulders, left opening rein, but not the right rein to the neck, trying to stop the guy. Good, that's better. Long neck. Okay, another little break. So, the horse is not spectacular because he has not spectacular gaits. But it doesn't mean you cannot school him. And it doesn't mean that he will not become spectacular, because we will see that he starts to have a nice piaffe. In the future, he will come to a nice passage, and this will give a possibility to get expressivity in his trot. Start on the circle, it's quite interesting to show that. So when the horse is totally beginner, is learning the flying change on the circle, from inside to outside. We don't have time to explain why, but it's the most natural and most effective way, because the horse has the best balance for a flying change. The first idea we have in riding is generally the bad one. And for instance, for the flying change, the first idea is teach the change left, right, turning to the right. 9. If you have a very talented horse, maybe. With another one, it will not work. He was anticipating a bit, no? So again, trot, left lead. You will be more clear with your legs. Keep them a bit in a firm contact in order that he's perfectly feeling when you change the position of your legs. Yes. If the front legs, the front leg is a little bit late, doesn't matter. But repeat once. So active canter. Slow him down a little bit. Yes, good. Ho ho. Praise him. And the other side. You can praise in trot. It's also good. Let's go. So active first, and then slow down a bit. So that you check the activity, slow down a bit to improve the balance, and then make your change. Yes, you will do it again. It was not totally clear. Ho, ho, ho. Round him a little bit more. Not too low. Shorten your reins a little bit. Shorten your reins a little bit. Yes. Allez, let's go. Good. A bit firm contact of your both legs, and then before the change, you ride a bit clearly with your legs, 2, 3, or 4 strides to get the right timing and to warn the horse that the change will come. No, once again. You will change, yes, a bit in the middle of the manège, not too near the walls. Slowly, 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 and change. Yes. So the front leg a bit late, 2 or 3 strides afterward, it's not a problem. It comes afterward. Try once again. Good. So your hands a little bit to the right, your seat to the right. Yeah, good. Okay. Praise him. A little break. the horse is in his basic canter, good one, good. But it's not enough to be in a good canter to make sure that you will have a good change. It's necessary, but it's often not enough. The horse needs to know that you are going to do the change. Your legs are in a firm contact. He needs to feel them. And you ride 2 or 3 or 4 strides of canter before the change. So you say, with your legs, you say, and your seat, you say, right lead, right lead, right lead, right lead, left lead. Otherwise, your legs are a bit, we don't know where, and they are coming, and it makes, with sensitive horses, it makes, you are not, it's, first of all, like this, it's a way to be in his timing, to ride in the proper rhythm. And the horse is warned much better. And anyway, when you will approach the flying changes, when you will start every 4 strides, 3 strides, 2 strides, or each stride, you will have no time to release your legs, you know. You will have to keep there, tuck, 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 tuck. And as we said, you are less and less using the change of the bend. It's symbolic, just to change the balance of the shoulders. Legs in firm contact, and ride the change as straight as possible along the wall. If he's not straight, immediately straighten him after the change and go on cantering very, very straight before stopping, giving a break or praising him. Round him a bit more now. You can flex his pole a bit more. Yes. Allez. Good. And a little bit over activity, as I said, before the change. Ho, 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 ho. Yes, straight. Good, ho, ho. You will do it the other direction now. It was a little bit fast canter. The canter was a little bit fast. So ease forward, and you are a bit collecting the canter before the change. Try it. Yes, so you slow down a bit the canter, but with more activity, and then you change. Yes, good. Ho, 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 ho. Praise him a lot. Halt. Show that you are happy. You know what? I'm happy. Good. Allez, so you will do it from trot. So very collected trot to have energy. Very active trot. And then a short transition to stop him with a flexion of the quarters and well engaging the hind legs. So you will be already using a bit your legs in a backward position, and then immediately is best piaffe. Allez, collect. You did a too long transition. It's in 3 strides you stop him. Active. Yes. Okay. Go forward. And a volt. From an active trot, you will shortly short transition to stop him, because this is what the horse needs to engage his hind legs. So active and stop. No, but stop. Yes, okay, again. And you don't let him completely stop, in fact. Now piaffe, yes. A bit shorter, not too much forward. Yes, now the rhythm is better. Good. Okay, halt and praise him. It's when the horse is able to pass very shortly from a very forward trot to halt, that is flexing and sitting. I mean, look in the, when you do a sliding stop, which I don't specially recommend, but when you cannot do a sliding stop if you are not coming from a very forward canter and try to stop in 1 second. If you take 60 meters to stop, the horse is not sitting. No? So now the question is to know if the horse is prepared to do that, if he can do it nicely and relaxed. No? You will piaffe again on the turn across somewhere here, you know, between S and R. So sometimes you do it like that from an active trot. Sometimes you do it from walk directly, because if he knows he can be more and more available. Allez, yes. So yes, listen to his rhythm. Good, and trot. Yes. Change the direction. Good. You will do that now. Shortly trot and then halt, shortly piaffe, but explosive. So you do very little each time, but high quality. Turn across. Allez, piaffe. Nearly on the spot, a very little forward movement. Yes, good, trot, and piaffe. Yes, and trot, and piaffe. And trot. Do you see that each time the piaffe is better? Not because, this is the secret, not because she's riding stronger in piaffe, but because she makes him obsessed by going to trot. So when the guy is mentally in the starting blocks, he moves. It's the short active transitions which are improving the activity, not the fact to use a lot of whip, a lot of legs, a lot of spur in piaffe. Anyway, you teach and you prepare before the exercise. Okay, good. Long neck. By this short and very active transition, you create a wish to go forward because the horse is understanding and he starts to anticipate. He say, when we are on the spot, boom! You know, the starting block, when the guy is like that, he's ready to go. Especially there is a gun behind him, so you know. So you do that, yeah, go, piaffe a bit, go, piaffe a bit. And if the horse is a bit, it's not his case, but if the horse has a bit lazy tendency, you know, though he is well schooled. You start piaffe, he's not doing enough, instead of doing dang dang with the spurs and the whip in piaffe, which is completely discouraging him to do it, because it's not nice. You use the whip, boom, to go to trot. 10 meters further, you stop and you try piaffe again. Already the first time it will be better. And then again, boom, trot. Each time the horse is not active enough, then bam, let's go. After 3, 4, 5, 6 transitions like that, chung, chung, chung. Naturally, you don't try piaffe from walk or from halt as long as it's not clear for the horse. But if he's not active enough, instead of strengthening the aid, the forward aid to keep on the spot, which is a very bad idea. In fact, you always use your whip or your spurs to say, go. And then stop, I give you a chance to do it. It's not enough, go. It's not enough, go. Now, it's nice, thank you. And this way the horse is learning. You give him the right conditions. The condition is a fantastic wish to go forward, and overreactivity to the legs on one side, and on the other side, sitting. And with these short transitions, you get everything. And you combine these two things, because boom, this is impulsion, stop, it's balance, and you mix both until you can then get them together. And it becomes a game. This is the way the horses are learning. Then you need a high knowledge in terms of balance, motion, psychology, whatever you want. Yes, this is what you want, maybe, good, so I'm going to try again. And each time he tries sooner, better, and then he starts progressively to know what the typical Piaf aids are. But you can use a perfect Piaf aids at the beginning. If the horse doesn't know what is Piaf, he will not do. And this is what people are doing. They keep the horse on the spot, and then they use the spurs and the whip in order that the guy is moving there. But it's a disaster. The horse has nothing to do it. He has not the balance, because generally he's overflexed and on the front, so this is top. And he's punished by spurs and whip. Normally, the first touch of the whip, he should rush, and he's forbidden to go. Psychologically, it's a disaster. And that's the reason why I can see many over-talented horses unable to do Piaf, or get mad with that. Because, you know, after a while, I mean, they say, I don't understand. I'm beaten, and I'm forbidden to go. It's terrible. And though you can get a nice Piaf from a very ordinary horse, this is your job. And he has an interesting one now. So, you know, now he's on the level, you can directly try Piaf. He was well prepared, you get your reins, he knows the aids, so you give him a chance. You know, the typical Piaf aids, tack. If he's doing very nice, reins on the neck, praise him. If he's not, or half doing, then shtong. And then to put him forward, you use the whip. Tatak. And full Piaf, no whip. Soft legs. Not enough activity, boom, forward with a touch. And to prolong the Piaf and get it more brilliant is the same. You will give him a chance each time, and if he's really well doing nicely, you do 1 or 2 steps more. But not too much. And it's important that you decide that it's enough before he starts to do less on his own. You understand? Because otherwise, you start the negative process in which you will strengthen your aids to get 2 steps more. And this, you start to put the finger in a bad machine. And but it looks obvious when it's explained like that. But I don't know how many books are explaining it clear. I didn't find that much. And this means when it's understood like that, it means in clear terms that a good Piaf is an absolute proof of high-level impulsion and good balance. And if the horse has a high impulsion, as a definition, you don't need strong legs. If the horse is in balance, as a definition, you don't need strong hands. So when you see specialists doing Piaf like that and with the spurs all the time, the judges, they should already put 2, because it's not Piaf, and if it looks like Piaf, it's done such a bad way that it should be 2 or 3, but sure not 8. Because when understood, the collection in Piaf, it's a proof of balance and high impulsion. So as a definition, the horse should be light in doing that. But as they don't know what is lightness and they don't care about it during the whole education of the horse, they obviously don't do it at the end. This is one of the disasters. And so poor horses, incredibly talented, come to a Piaf which looks like a torture, or the opposite of Piaf. And it's a pity. So, with him, could you quickly show a bit how what is the situation with the jambette? We will do short transitions between Spanish walk and trot. And when you can mix both, the horse tries to lift his shoulders. He tries to do Spanish walk in trot. You mix the aids, and then he starts bouncing. And you can create a wonderful passage like that. And even on untalented horses. Untalented for passage. it means they can do everything, but we have difficulties to understand what they need to do it. Yes. Good. Okay, it starts. So you will go like that, maybe a bit higher and well forward, that you can repeat each stride and less using the hand. Very discreet with the hand, touch of the whip if it doesn't react. And when it will be possible to do both sides well forward, we will start, Spanish walk, trot, and afterward trot, keeping high hands, maybe a touch of the whip on the shoulder, and he will start. I promise. I did it with elephants. I mean, no, but heavy horses or ponies, they have. Nobody would say this horse will do passage one day, and they do. And what is very, for me, it's one of the pleasures in riding. When you see a little horse, quite ordinary, nothing great, ordinary gaits, not specially generous, nobody would say this is a dressage horse. When you see him becoming, not only doing passage, but becoming expressive and brilliant in doing it, say, wow, this is something. Because you recreate something like the situation in which, because they all can do, talented or not, excited in the paddock, the tail on the back, and shtung, shtung, shtung. So they all can do. Donkey do it. Dressage is to find a way to create this under control, to stylize it in order that the horse is more and more brilliant in his gaits. Good, okay, that's all.